Hi, this is Patak. I'm going to do a little pseudo tutorial of Super Troll Islands. If you're playing this game, you are certified as insane. It's very slippery. Use the US version. It has different level sets, order, so it's important. From the main screen is where you're going to start the game, either from here or from the select screen. You want to press select to begin with to change your options. And you want to make sure you get your controls how you want them. So I typically use Y for custard pie throwing, which is how you kill enemies. B for jumping. A, I switch to being the colour whirl, which is the weapon that you'll be using to become invincible for brief periods. Note that when you use that, you can't colour up ladders. And then on the X button, I put the L button, because L and R are what you use to eat raw food items. The windows that you're colouring in will ejaculate at the end of each level. And you need to be able to clear all of those in order to clear levels quicker. So from here, you can press start and the game will begin. And you've got 4 trolls. The green one starts with 4 hit points instead of 3. The orange one is super fast. The pink one can jump super high, which might be quite useful. I'll just show you here. It's not showing up here for some reason. I'll show you in a moment. And the blue one can swim underwater, which is basically useless. So you're going to be doing 10 levels. Here is the level. There's a window in the centre. You've got to colour in the outside of that window. And you've got enemies moving around. It's fairly slippy, as you can tell here. I'm going to throw a custard pie. Throw a custard pie. You can eat those guys and they're now dead. These items here are what you're going to be collecting through the level. And then to colour in the ladders, just climb up and down them. Once you do that, you need to collect all these items by mashing L. You do that, you'll get to the splash screen much quicker. In this case, it might have given me a slowdown because I've coloured in everything. It sometimes can slow the game down a bit. So just wait here. And these screens you'll just be holding B to mash through. So don't leave these up. After you do this, you can buffer inputs for the next level. So for level 2, what you can do is just buffer Y. Kill him, and then what you need to do is jump from a height to get down there. Get that coin, because that'll be important. And then up here, you can start mashing Y to throw these items over here as well. Bear in mind you'll run out of custard pies if you throw too many. Getting hurt there. And then for large ladders, you can fall colour them or you can jump colour them. So you see there, I jumped up, but I didn't actually cling onto the ladder. I just climbed it and coloured down. And that'll save you a bit of time. Again, all these items you need to collect for the end of a level. You can make up lyrics to these songs if you want. These berries that are dotted around, you get 100 of those, you'll get an extra hit point. That can be useful. Level 3, there are 2 berries up here. I like to throw the one into the other. And then use that one to kill a water drop there. That is pretty lucky. You'll typically throw those 2 things down onto the spikes, because down here there are some spikes. If you throw stuff onto the spikes, as far as I know, it will cease to exist. Take a damage boost. There's an alarm clock there that will send you back to the bedroom, and you can wake up a friend. You don't need it, use it as a weapon. But yeah, 100 of those gives you an extra life. That's very useful. The pink troll might be more useful for collecting high ladders. And in this level, you've got a shield here which gives you a free hit point. If you take damage, it will die and revert back to normal. So we're going to come up here. That hit point will die now. Use that to kill him. The rocks will follow your X position, so be careful of those. And you want to be gripping up or down slightly before you get to ladders, because it's quite slippy, as we say. Grab your colour whirl. If you want to use a colour whirl, you will be able to colour in trees and other landscape bits, but you cannot climb ladders. Lasts for about 5 seconds. If you want to change troll mid-level, press select. And I'm going to give Pinky a shot now to show you just how powerful his jump is. All the way up there. So you can climb this ladder in one go. you don't need to save time climbing, it might be useful to switch to Pinky from the very beginning. I'm not certain, I haven't fully rooted the game yet. But if you wanted to clear all the items in this level, for example, this one you need the Pinky, but it might not actually save any time, because you need that there. All those. Now, there are also in this game party levels, and party levels will happen if you complete a level with a certain criterion. I don't know what all of them are, and there is no documentation, so you'll have to work that out yourself. I'm going to trigger one in the next level after I do this carefully. Take a free hit point, why not? Most of the levels you won't have enough time to profitably collect all of these things and eat them. It's just a question of colouring in the windows and then reduce lag, basically. So, stage 6, I'm going to use Greenie, because I think that's what triggers a party level, is if you complete this level with the green troll. Just to show you what they are to avoid them. Also, in this level, you are going to have massive chocolate drops coming from above. The hitboxes are big, just try and avoid them as best you can. Don't be a hero, they basically can't be killed. You see how easy it is just to accidentally come into them? Down to 1 hit point, gotta be careful here. You also, in some cases, will want to plan which window is the last one you finish, because it will ejaculate everything out into a different area. So, completing that level with the green troll. Nope, no party level. It must be that you have to take it level 6 without getting a hit, maybe? Let's try it again. Because what's going to happen is the party levels are basically uncompletable unless you task them with the orange troll, and even then I don't know if it's actually doable. So you'll basically just be losing time if you have to take one of those. And if you get one at the end of level 10, you will need to wait that out before you change game. It's even possible that it might be you finish on a specific window that triggers it. I simply could not tell you. Let's hope that hasn't messed it up. And you'll see the troll start smiling when you're finished. It's a shame you can't put some pants on. Oh well. Also, fun fact, this game was reskinned for the Amiga as Mr. Blobby. Mr. Blobby is a cult British icon, but I got this version instead because my parents liked me. Oh, here we are. So this is the party level. You can just collect a bunch of paper hats and get an extra hit point, but it is impossible to complete them. So these are a massive time waste. You want to try and learn how to avoid these. And I will show you how fast the orange troll is, just for comparison. Usain Bolt. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And in the later levels, this guy might be useful, but it's going to be very precise, because the levels get very much more complicated. So this level, we're just going to go over here. It's getting a bit longer now. Colour this window in here. Full colouring can be quite difficult because even pressing up for 1 frame will trigger the climbing animation. And when you've got figure 8 windows, if you're using the regular green troll, what I recommend is colouring in like a loop fashion. So you want to go up 1 ladder, down the next, up ladder, down the next. You've got to go all the way over here, up to this window. I think that's it. Yep, as soon as he smiles, you're done. And now you can see the amount of massive lag I'm getting. Be careful, because if I remember correctly, the spikes will only disappear after a few seconds. So when you've immediately finished, don't go walking into spike areas, because you might still get hit. And if you lose a troll, you'll be taken back to the bedroom scene to select a new one. That'll cost you time. So, another party level, I don't know why. We need somebody to make a task of this. Torture them. You guys pressure all your task-making friends to make a task of this. 10 levels should be taking about 9-10 minutes if we do it correctly. There are safe strats I'm sure we can work out for each level as well, in terms of buffering stuff, waiting for cycles. So, here is a level with a more complicated ladder and window section, so you can jump up, and then the next one you might want to full colour it. You can also take this as casually as you like. I really don't mind. And in this one we have got little hooky army things to jump off. Whoop. If you don't kill the bird after you've custarded them, they will come back to life after a while, do be careful. Yay! So your biggest time loss in this game is principally going to come from deaths, or from having movement problems because it's quite slippery. If you game over, you'll get infinite continues anyways, it's just a time loss basically, because you'll have to start the entire level again. So especially from about 7 onwards, don't do that. If you're running out of trolls, just be extra careful, it's worth it. And then 9 is fairly long. Lots of sequential windows here. And we've got water drops, chocolate drops, rocks. And be careful from up the top here because you won't be able to see when the drops are coming. So if you've got enough health, it might be worth actually doing a long run with orange there just to get all of the top section done. Even just one change might be profitable. Up, down. Don't mind that, that's just a bit of lag on my side. But once you get into it, this is actually a pretty fun game, I promise. It's just a little bit awkward to get used to. Certainly not worse than anything else we're running. And the only other thing, obviously, you want to keep track of which ladders and areas you've coloured in, and what you're missing. So you do that. And then we've got to go right. Another set of windows here. Boing. And again, those fall colours, don't be surprised if you have to climb on those. The up button is very, very particular about it. And these nested ones can be a pain as well, especially with the jump height. And then something somewhere we missed. All the way down here. We've got a long running section, so you've got to be careful here. These shoes will give you super speed. Use L to use them. I think that's faster than the orange one even. And I think they want you to go all the way through. But you literally just have to colour in the windows so you can work it out. You will, however, lose those shoes if you die. Just be aware of where the spikes are coming from, go slow. I mean, a slow run of this would be maybe 12 minutes, 12:30. And a good run, we're probably looking 9x. And you may notice I've run out of custard pies. So I'm going to have to damage boost through there. You generally won't run out of them. Unless you're very silly like me in this case. But then you can use your whirlwind. He said pressing the... I don't know what happened there, I thought I used a whirlwind. Curious. That is odd, hold on. That's not right. Oh, I tell you what, I haven't changed my setup, that's why. Oh well. So up this one, over here, smiling, that's it done. Again, you can take hits after everything has been coloured in, so just be careful. And then in these later levels, you've literally got no chance of collecting everything, so just run around. Don't go through any custard pies, you need them. Collect some berries. And enjoy the sight of a semi-naked troll. So level 10 is slightly more complicated. Uh-oh. You come down here. You can see it's very difficult to get across here without actually suffering tremendously. You can combine foods to get different things, it doesn't matter in this case. And in theory, you either have to jump up here precisely, or you have to use the big pink-haired troll to jump. Come over here. That was a game over. Start again, get all your trolls back. So, up here. You could actually probably damage boost off that to get down here without having problems, but you can see even I'm dying. I need to know what I'm doing. And you can jump slightly softer if you let go of your button. I'm not even pressing anything, he's just shooting off. Excuse me. And then, level 10, you've got a bunch of windows all the way over. One collectible here. More spikes. You can see it's quite unforgiving. And this is meant to be a game for like 8-year-olds. I certainly never got very far with this. I got to the 3rd set of levels once or twice maybe, but you lose patience with it very easily. Because it is just so boring. And apparently these mushrooms can jump between levels. So be aware of that. He will say every time you clear a window, so that is at least a good audio cue for it. You see, even when I'm trying to jump from that short of a distance, it's quite awkward. It's a shame you can't jump through the bottom of things, but oh well. Nearly done. And then level 10 is finished. Point of order, you need to wait for the start of the next level to appear before you call time. So not yet. Time will be here when the desert level appears. If you get a party level there, then wait it out. Enjoy your sanity while it lasts.